This is dedicated to all the homies in the struggle. Mi gente. Here we go.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another First Impressions session. This time I am playing something called Shadowrun Returns, or Shadowrun Hong Kong. Actually it says it right there, Shadowrun Hong Kong. Anyway, it's been a while since I played a Shadowrun game, but it's kind of funny, you know, this is a Kickstarter game. This is their third Kickstarter, and it's kind of, the reason I think it's funny is because Mighty Number 9 is also a Kickstarter, and in the entire time that that game has been under development, 3 of these games have been released by Harebrained Schemes. I'm absolutely just, I love Harebrained, they make really good games, and I hope you enjoy this. So I'm just going to show you a little bit of a taste of the game. First I'm going to go over options, just real simple. It's a very simple game, so there's not a lot of stuff here. You can see that the music's fairly loud. I'm going to turn it down just a bit. High def textures, high res scale mode, all this stuff. So, you know, I'm really just interested in having some anti-aliasing and resolution that's high enough, and having a full screen option or not. You can also post in, you know, if you got any kind of rewards or anything, you post them in right here. You got game difficulty, text speed. So I mean, you know, for this game, you don't really need a lot. Let's just start a new game. Go for normal. Alright, so this is how you create your character. You can either choose female or male. I will probably end up choosing a... let's go for a female. Now you've got human, elf, dwarf, orc, and troll. Humans are just really good at kind of generalizing, multitasking, so they get a little bit more karma, which if I click on that, okay, yep, it's not going to do it. Anyway, right down there it says +3 to karma. That's basically your experience. If you go for elves, you get +1 to charisma, so that's a stat. For dwarves, it's going to be +1 to willpower, another stat. Orcs is +1 to body. And then trolls have a +1 to body and +1 to strength. I usually like to start with an elf, but I don't have a single human yet, so I'm going to start with a human this time. I'm going to make something I haven't made yet, either a rigger or a decker. Actually, you know what? I'm going to make a physical adept, just for the hell of it. Alright, now you can choose your portrait, just like any good RPG. You got a whole bunch of old portraits here, a few new ones. Kind of hard to tell. That actually looks pretty cool. I'll probably go for that one. Let's take a look at the rest of them real quick, though. That's pretty cool, too. But I don't think that's going to be good for a physical adept. Nope. God, she look goofy as hell. And... yeah, I like that one. Okay, so you can see up here we actually did end up with some more karma. You would have ended up with 26, I think, if I'm doing my math right. So this is body, quickness, strength, intelligence, wisdom, or willpower rather, and charisma. Now for a physical adept, which is what I think I picked, you basically want to max out or get as high as possible in willpower, in body, and in strength. She's got a pretty decent amount of stuff left over. And she's already got charisma too, which is great, so you'll get a little bit more in your conversation options later on if you do mess around with charisma a bit, but there's not a lot of point to it other than that, unless you're going to be a shaman, because you can see charisma dictates conjuring, spirit summoning, and spirit control, which just basically allows you to have the spirit out for a longer period of time. Willpower, however, you know, basically dictates spellcasting and keycasting. So keycasting is like buffing yourself. That's what a physical adept does. And spellcasting is just straight up spells. So fireballs, basically. Sure. So can't equip Monofist, Dragon Lines, or Visible. That's definitely something I want. We've got 20 left. Probably won't do any cyberware on her. Doesn't really make any sense to do so. Is every time you take in cyberware, your essence drops a little bit. I don't know if they've listed it, I haven't seen it, but that's traditionally how the game goes. If you use any kind of body modification, any kind of like metal arms or blades hidden in your knees and weird stuff like that, it takes away from your ability to cast magic, which is what this stuff is. So it kind of takes the place of the, metal augmentation. And then strength just to hit really hard. I'm probably going to go for unarmed. And she's got 7 left. One more strength works. So this is a very well balanced character. I mean, she does have pretty high body. Quickness isn't very high. In fact, I will go back one and give her some more quickness. The only reason you want quickness is for range combat and for dodge. That's really the only reason I'm giving her another bit of a boost. It's better to have just a little bit more dodge because you're going to be getting shot at and hit a lot. Alright, confirm, and then I choose something to know about. It's called etiquette. It's your background. It's your background basically for your character. So if I wanted to choose Shadowrunner, if sometimes somebody says something about something I would know if I was a Shadowrunner, I'll be able to answer using this etiquette. Same with corporate security and so on. That's the only one I've seen it used for so far. Make up a name. And I don't know. Sure. Actually, I like the name. Yep, I'm gonna go with that one. So you get a first name and a last name, which is your official name, and then your basically your made-up name. And I'm gonna shut up because I like this. I hope you guys like this little cutscene.
You have one new message.
Hi. It's Raymond. I hope I have the right number. Look, I know we haven't spoken in a while, but I need your help. Remember the day I took you and Duncan off the streets? I told you that the past is just a story, that if you can just accept that, your past loses all power over you. Yeah. I was wrong. I'm on my way to Hong Kong now, to finish something I should have faced a long time ago. And I need you with me. I know we're not blood, and we didn't leave things in a good place, but you and Duncan are the only real family I have. Please, if our past means anything to you, meet me in Hong Kong right away. I'll explain more when you get here. I'm begging you. I'm almost out of time.
And there you go. I kind of thought that was pretty cool. Plus the skyline's pretty awesome. I like the art in this in this game, and Shadowrun in particular. I've always loved the art. And that's a huge difference from the first two games, which had, opening scenes that were just nowhere near that impressive. Granted, there wasn't a lot of animation. It's a bunch of stills. Still pretty cool. Alright, so basically your character shows up on the docks. You're supposed to meet your old friend Duncan, who's one of the kids that this old guy Raymond Black took in when you guys were kids. So it's you and Duncan. Basically, he's like your brother. And you're meeting him on the dock in Hong Kong. And it looks like your brother Duncan is from Seattle, same as you. Something I actually kept forgetting. You step from the churning of the water taxi to the ponderous rocking of the docks, your stomach lurching at the transition. And looks like Raymond left you a bunch of stuff, armor and, clothes and some new yen. which is money. I really like, if you actually read this stuff, which, you know, does take a little bit of time, not all of it's grammatically perfect. I've only seen like one or two, like, odd mistakes, but the actual story is pretty decent, and the narrative that they write in is really good. It sets the tone pretty well. So anyway, if you know, let's just go to the next one. Two figures stand waiting in the dim light of the pier. The first is an orc, lean with in-your-face muscles and a jaw made to break fists. The second is an elf, one hand resting casually against her hip. Raymond Black is nowhere to be seen. Duncan, well, don't you look like shit? Green's not really your color, Savine. Doesn't go with that nice new armor I got you. And then, see, I have body 3, so I can tough it out. Don't know what you're talking about. Must be the Marber lights messing with you. If I picked one of the other ones, she would have puked, I'm sure. But I haven't had a single character with a body lower than 3 yet. It's pretty risky. That's 20 hit points. That's one shot. So, I haven't done that yet. So, considering how much synthahol we used to put down, I'd be surprised if you couldn't handle a little chop. So anyway, we gotta go find Raymond. Find Raymond? I thought he'd be here. Never showed up. Okay, well, there's no sense standing around then. Where's the meeting place? Alright. Just get going, Duncan. Head back to the meeting point in case your dad shows up. Is your girlfriend or something? Hell no, I'm his partner. Carter, she says. So he figured he could use some backup, so he brought his partner along with him from Seattle. Wasn't sure I was going to show up. All surprised. Here I am. Well, I wasn't so sure, you know. Hey, look, I'm glad you're here, Sabine, seriously, but I'm going to need some time to get used to having you around again. Been a while since I've heard from you. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Anyway, the sooner we can find him, the sooner you all can have a big happy family reunion or over dinner, and the sooner I can find a place to get a drink. Damn right. Okay, so now we're able to move. You can zoom in, get a look at some of the details of the game. They did a pretty good job once again with the art style. It does feel like I'm kind of on a pier. But yeah, it's a top-down, kind of game. You can't really move the camera, just in and out, that's it. Which I guess makes sense, because none of the other games let you, rotate the camera in any way either. Alright, locked gate. The guard shack at the end of the pier is dark and empty. Donkey gives the gate a good push, but it doesn't budge. Huh. Well, that was open earlier. Looks pretty solid. Let's see, shouldn't there be someone here to let us out or something? Guess we'll have to find another way to reach the plaza, or maybe if we bang your head against it hard enough, it'll open. Ha! Maybe. Strange that there's no one here, though, isn't it? She goes, who knows? It's Hong Kong. Not exactly sure how things work around here. Come on, rookie. We can cut through the construction site. Hate it when you call me that. So you can see there's a little walk there. You gotta kind of pay attention, because I am zoomed in pretty far out. Zoomed out pretty far. Anyway, security checkpoint. Looks like there's another way off the docks on the other side of this gate. I think I can bypass the lock. Now, I've chosen the second one before, but there's really no... It didn't seem like there was anything to see on this side of the fence, so I just go for it. Okay, so the group on the dock was fishing a package out of the speedboat when you surprised them. Now this package is at the bottom of the bay, and the speedboat is disappearing into the distance. They close on you, red-faced and yelling. The light of the harbor glints off their weapons as they approach. The leader shouts something in Cantonese, but it's too fast to make out. You're rusty. It's been years since Raymond's house, and the language session that wouldn't end. The old man never spoke anything but his native language at home. Wu speaks with authority. His Cantonese is as solid as ever. He never lets it drop. I mean, never let it drop. You guys doing some late night fishing? Oh yeah, we're fishing for assholes. You're gonna need some better bait. All you're gonna catch with that is trouble. So I can try out my Cantonese, or I can whisper something to Duncan. Lone Star, lay down your weapons. Hey you talk good Cantonese, baby. Real authentic. Actually, you just told me to screw my light bulb. So something tells me you're not a cop, or you're a cop from UCAS, and you got no jurisdiction here. Either way, this ends the same. I think he's done talking. Cool. Alright. First character I got is Savine. She's got killing hands. Oh cool, so she's already got a spiked fist on. That's really cool. So like spiked knuckles and stuff will help with unarmed, which is what I'm going for with her. And it also looks like we have just killing hands. Well, in that case, I think I can get to him. Let's go for it. Oh, missed. Are you kidding me? Oh, that sucks. Alright, move Duncan to here. I'll move her to right there. See that green stuff? That is a dragon line or ley line. If a mage is on top of that, they get bonuses for being on top of it. Usually those things are like out in the open and almost useless. It's gonna be fun. Oh man, she's getting hit pretty hard. Okay, so this thing here is heal wound. It heals the last hit that the person received. So if I can actually zoom out just a bit. Pretty long range, obviously. Alright, let's see if we can... Ooh, that hit pretty hard. Oh, it's passive, okay. Alright, this is going to do burst fire as opposed to single shot. I'm going to pick somebody who looks like they're not going to... Let's go for him. Hey, straight up dead? Cool. But that took all 2 of his action points. She's only got 1 action point left. I'm probably going to end up getting her with armor. Because she's going to get shot. She's right out in the open. That is why I increased her body as high as I did. I hope she's not dead. Okay, she's up. Good, good. He's dead. So the one I just hit was aimed shot. Basically, it's going to cost the same as the regular single shot, but it takes 3 rounds to refresh. So you can't use it every single turn. And it works really well at people that are at a distance. It works terribly when they're right up close to you. Did I just hit my own guy? I did! Why did that do that? Weird. That was weird. I don't know why that happened. Anyway. So you can see people don't really drop anything, but if you do pay attention after fights, you can explore the area a little bit. That's some kind of drug, which basically gives me +1 body, +1 strength, +1 willpower for 5 rounds, and every time I am attacked, my strength increases, which is pretty awesome. But I actually just end up selling it. I don't really like to use drugs too much, because I forget to use them. Not because of some moral reason, but I literally just forget to use it. Okay, so we come up to another panel in front of another gate. Looks edged with monofilament. The operations here, the corporations here don't screw around. Duncan and I have popped plenty of fences before. It'll be fine. Why don't we just cut ourselves an opening and guess we better find another way through. She smiles. No, it won't. They use this kind of concertina on prison walls back in UCAF. Goes through bone like a propeller through sea foam. Okay. We aren't touching it. How about it, Carter? Think you can get the gate open? What do you think? It'll take me a few minutes, though. I thought she was a mage. In Cantonese, Savine. Okay, I guess we'll just stick with Cantonese for the rest of it. So he's pretty pissed that you left. Doesn't even want to know what I've been up to for years. Now, we have a choice at this point. There's 3 guys. Where's everyone else? Where's the damn shipment? Talking about the guys that we just offed, I think, because these guys are smugglers. We haven't seen them yet. We just got here. Long ways probably waiting for us so we can't haul out of the boat. Waiting for us so we can haul it out of the boat for him. The lazy bastard. Let's just hang out here, let him find us. Looks like we're on a stroll through Smuggler Central. These gangers don't know that we're here. We could probably just slip past. Or we could clip them. They're already looking for us. We might be better to take them out now. Well, we got the element of surprise on our side. Okay, so here's where you get a choice. So in the top right corner, you have holster, unholster. And you can actually go ahead and choose to surprise people. And I'm going to do that, because why not? Oh man, she is so... got like... wow. Alright, well let's do his first. That's one dead guy. We'll go straight up and just punch him straight in the face. And then, once I'm done... whew! So yeah, you don't just have to... in the first 2 games, I like this little change, because in the first 2 games you couldn't do what we just did, which is to walk up on a group of people and then unholster your weapon in the top right corner there, and then surprise people. There was no surprise. You know, you just kind of... just take what you take. There's just really no way to surprise people. So in this game, it looks like they actually did add at least a small element of stealth to things. There's no indicator for it, you kind of just have to judge it. And the reason I took them out is because you get a little bit more karma out of it. It makes for an interesting story later on, and you get the extra new yen just hanging around on the ground there next to him. Also, the way I've always justified not being able to loot bodies in this game is that, you know, you're shooting at them, or you're punching them, or you're cutting them up with blades. Whatever they were carrying, probably don't want to have on your person from then on. It's probably not going to work too well. Jackets, pants, shoes, probably not going to be able to take those off a dead body when you just basically butchered them. Because generally most of the fights in this game are not just, you know, a few shots. And definitely not too many headshots. You know, so yeah, usually when you loot people, it's got to be something that's not on their person when you shot at them. Just my way of justifying the fact that you never loot corpses in this game. That's just my loot whore days going, coming back to me. Permits? Give me a minute. Nope, guess not. Must have dropped mine in a dumpster along with the last of you who stepped up to us. Is that right? Well then. You can almost feel Wu's cop training kick in. It's like watching a drone execute a command routine. He reaches for his rifle, picks it, brings it up, but it's too late. By the time it's at shoulder level, an assortment of nasty-looking ordnance is already trained on his head. Alright, everyone just be cool. A little late for that, isn't it? So put your hands in your pockets and listen, guys. My stomach's doing somersaults. How about we all just put our guns away before someone gets hurt? That looks like... this guy looks like he could use an enema, even though I'm a woman. Something we can do for you, officer. I'm looking for an old man, Raymond Black. We were supposed to meet him here. You know him? Mm-hmm. Where is he? Easy, Duncan. That's right, easy, Duncan. Your friend Raymond never showed. We've been waiting for the better part of an hour. So you gonna meet him? So you were his guides? Yeah, kinda. He hired us to take you all on an excursion. He hired you. There's an odd assortment, a cybered up troll, an orc girl with magic fetishes, a dwarf with a cyber deck slung on her back, and a tall elf standing behind them quietly, inscrutable. All guns trained on blue. So you're Shadowrunners. Mm-hmm. This is bullshit. Raymond would never hire Shadowrunners. They're criminals. Mercenary operatives. Criminal mercenary operatives. So yeah, you were right. your buddy Raymond was associated with a bunch of hardened criminals. Sorry to burst your bubble, Lone Star. Guess you didn't know the old man as well as you thought, huh? Wu tries to shake it off, but he's struggling to process the information. You can feel the heat coming off of him. Carter remains completely still. Let's all stay focused. No need for this to get ugly. We need to find Raymond. These are the people who can help us do that. Alright, so... let's focus on Raymond. So the old man wanted to take us in Kowloon Walled City. And us as well. You know the Walled City slum, right? I've heard of it. It's a shithole. It's the worst slum in the Northern Hemisphere. We get it. It's a real bad place. Now why would a little old man want to pay to take him there? Wouldn't say. He mumbled a lot too. Just kept rambling about how he had to get in. Under ordinary circumstances, I never would have accepted the gig. The Walled City's the last place I want to go. But at the end, old man rolled up a truckload of Nuyen, and you gotta eat, right? So he risks a glance at you. So it's an interesting story. Seems like a good time to ramp down the violence level, eh? Okay, gang, tell you what. He looks at you as his team as he slowly begins to lower his weapon. We're all gonna put our guns down. Whoa! I was wrong about the headshots. So Carter, the troll, the silent elf laying the widening pools of blood, and heads broken open like melon straw from a 4-story building. Nightjar, come on, big man, talk to me. Gut shot? No. Oh shit, this isn't good. This is the police. Lay down your weapons. Put your hands behind your head and come out where we can see you. Duncan Wu, Savine DeCant. Hehe, come out where we can see you. You have 3 seconds. Stand down, damn it, I'm law enforcement. Lone Star, and then they shoot at him. Save your breath, they won't listen. Use your eyes, these bastards weren't here to make arrests. Stay down. Duncan, are you hurt? Everyone pipe down, just give me a minute. Okay, she begins talking to... oh, she's doing some kind of... she's in a trance. So we got a way at us at the end of the street. Everyone come with me. Everyone? We don't need the rent-a-cops, gobbit. We're the only ones, blah blah. They're extra firepower. If anything else, they can basically be meat shields. Alright, so now we have to go up the street to get out of here. She's still got one? Well, cool, because she's going to need it. So that rabbit thing there takes away 2 of her AP and gives whoever she cast it on another AP for like a couple rounds. Action points. Let's move him up to there. Get her to there. And then we'll move her right up into their face. Yeah, let's do it. Yikes. Man, they get crit a lot in this game. Let's do the burst fire on... let's go for that one. That one's dead. Move in and punch this guy in the face. Miss, obviously. Why not? One more lucky shot. Yeah, knocked him right out. Alright, now we got the hacker. You can see right there that's an access point. If I had clicked on somebody else, it didn't show up. So I go over and hack that really quickly. Some hacking isn't going to actually be a hacking minigame, it's just literally going to be a dialogue box. So we'll deactivate the drones so we don't have to deal with them. And then I am going to shoot somebody with her. Yeah, we'll shoot the sniper. Why not? Missed entirely. That's 39% chance. I'm not surprised. Man. I gotta move her up. There's just really no choice in the matter. Waste him. Nope, not gonna happen. We'll end it. Go to the next one. Son of a bitch. He just summoned a spirit against us. Or she did. Alright, so she's got a pistol, the Decker. She's also got some unarmed combat right there. And she's also got this, a mini grenade launcher. We're going to see if we can hit anybody with this. Probably not. Ooh, nice. That was wonderful. And I got an achievement for that. Very cool. Ha! Well, she's my new favorite. That's for definite sure. Let's see if we can't... where is she? Right there? Give him one. Oh my goodness. Well, at least he's dead. Okay, now, can I get to them? Doesn't look like it. I'll move her up just in case. She's probably gonna get shot, which is gonna suck. Yep. Ah, missed. Good, good, good. Didn't miss. That sucks. Alright, can I see her? 1 hit point. Okay, well that sucks. She's pretty close to dead. I'll move her over and just kill that guy real quick. Hopefully she won't die next turn. Alright. Just rush him straight forward. And then move our Decker up as well. And we'll just get her as close as we can. Oof. If I can move him all the way. Yes, I can. Good. He's going to have to soak up some hits. Move her to rate. There. She can't quite make it. Alright. So she's going to go out first because she's nearly dead. We got... Wu is out. She's going to have to take an extra turn. We'll get the dwarf out. Decker. Get shot 3 times. Or shot at 3 times. Nothing. Cool. Alright. And we're out of here. Well, that did run a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. Still, so the rat shaman guides you from the doorway in the street through an eternity of winding alleys, damp sub-basements, and empty buildings, and finally, stumbling through refuse and filth, you make your way into the sewers below Victoria Harbor. It reeks down here, but it's quiet. So, what were their names? Troll you were talking to was Nightjar. The other guy was Gutshot. He's kind of an asshole, but I did need to see his head exploded. Nightjar was a good guy. Always had her backs. Isabel's and mine. That's right. She's Isabel, and the other one's Gobbet. Alright. run and hide, even though their people got totally sniped by cops. The hell? I'm locked out of the network. So he tried to call in some help through his PDA, his cop PDA. He says, my law enforcement status has been revoked. I don't believe it. This is saying there's an APB out on Sabine. You and me both. I figured as much. You heard them on the loudspeaker. They know our names. Fucking hell, this just keeps getting worse. And on that note, I think it's time for us to say goodbye. So our friend's boot comes down, crashing down on the PDO's feet. Police issued. They can trace you through that. Yours too. It's on the network. Alright, bury myself. Burners, I suppose is the least we could do after your help back there. So they give us burner phones. Burner PDAs, basically. Thanks. You always keep a supply of burners? Right, anything for contingencies, they say. She's staring open-mouthed at her own PDA, its bluish glow illuminating her horrified expression. God, but we gotta go. Right now. They're after us, too. Screen displays a local newscast. Your own face stares back at you from the upper left corner of the screen. And in breaking news, just under an hour ago, Hong Kong port authorities were involved in a firefight with members of a terrorist cell linked to the mainland city of Henan. The battle left 3 terrorists dead, along with an unconfirmed number of Hong Kong police officers. So my image is up there, and basically they're telling everyone that we are terrorists. Part of a group called White Star out of Henan. Yeah, and Gobbet, and so is Isabel, linked to this, basically. And because we both have real names and we're in the system, now our next step is we have to go and erase ourselves from like facial recognition databases and all that stuff so we can get around. Because as soon as they find us, we're pretty much screwed. We're gonna have to burn our sins. That's our serial identification number. Basically, it's your social security number, but worldwide. Alright, so they're telling us we have to go to this lady named Kindly Chang. And I'm going to say she sounds like a restaurant. Yeah, well, she's not. Don't let her hear you say something like that. You'll be searching for yourself at the harbor. Anyway. Is Yellow Lotus a syndicate or a retail outlet? Yeah, she's in middle management. She's like a middle boss for the Yakuza. In, not Yakuza, the Triad, sorry. In Hong Kong. Okay, so she's their fixer. That's the person that gets them jobs and sets them up with work, essentially. All right, well, anyway, that is the game, guys. I mean, that's 2 fights. It's a couple little choices I did. Doesn't show you everything, but it's at least a good first look at the game. I really dig it. It's pretty common for me to say in my videos anyway, but I actually really do dig the Shadowrun games from Harebrained. They did just a really good job on all 3 games so far. I haven't seen any bugs. There's been some pretty decent amount of interesting conversation and interesting dialogue, and the gameplay itself is, as always, fun. And I will maybe later on do another video of me going through the Matrix stuff, you know, hacking. So there is a little mini game where you go into basically another world and hack stuff, and it's a little improved from the other games. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video on that later on. In any case, thanks for stopping in and watching me play this game. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys another time. Bye, everyone.